pleased to be with Brian Bloom, Chairman and CEO of Burton at the Healthcare Conference. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, so Burton has grown quite a bit. It's your 6th annual conference. Can you tell us what it's like here, during a conference where there's a lot of registrants this year?
There are. So we are the dominant investment bank in Canada for healthcare, and we put on this event to bring companies and investors together.
Right.
And when we started this about 6 years ago, we had about 30 presenting companies and just over 300 folks attend, investors. And now we have more than 66 presenting companies and more than 1,000 attendees. So we have grown every single year, and it's become a really important event in the healthcare investment sector.
Yeah, and what is your case for investing in healthcare?
Great returns, obviously. It obviously comes along with enormous risk, but we have larger companies, the more senior and established and profitable companies where the reward is lower and the risk is lower. And then we have more exploration or research and development stage companies where the risk and reward are both very high. It's also, unlike mining and oil and gas where you're pulling stuff out of the ground, these companies are doing really meaningful things. They're curing disease, they're solving important healthcare problems, so you're doing good while you're potentially making money.
Right, and earlier today you had a panel and you talked about with these investors what they look for, what kinds of unique technologies companies have. Were there any notable things that came up?
Yes, but we should actually qualify the panel. So most Canadian investors are not specialists in biotechnology and healthcare. So these are clients of ours from New York, Boston, San Francisco, London, where they're specialized and all they do is invest in healthcare. So they've looked at thousands of companies and occasionally invest in some and then occasionally in Canada. So they're highly discriminating, and some of the lessons today were, the fact that drug prices are very high in the United States. So you really need to have a drug that is, or a product that is highly differentiated, that really solves a medical disease. And incrementalism, or doing something that's slightly better that's already been brought to market, is not good enough. And that was probably the biggest trend.
Great. And now from your perspective as an expert in this field, where is Canada with healthcare?
Canada does great things in healthcare. So we punch above our weight with the really innovative startup and research and development stage companies. Where we're a little bit behind is in the kinds of companies that deliver healthcare, because we have socialized medicine, so our government does that as a monopoly for the large part, so there's obviously no innovation or very little when the government does anything. But for companies trying to bring new products, new cures, new pills, new scientific products to market for Alzheimer's disease and cancer. There's so much going on at the University of Toronto and all the universities across Canada. Companies are being formed, venture capital money's flowing, and we punch above our weight.
Really good. Well, Brian, thank you so much for the insight today.
Thank you so much for being here.
To learn more from the Burton Conference, you can watch our other videos on SmallCapPower.com.